Hey, 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 it's story time again. And guess what we're reading today? Bugs Bunny Pioneer. Yes, Bugs Bunny Pioneer. That is today's story. Hey, Porky, Petunia, Bugs Bunny called, excited to his friends one summer day. He waved a copy of the Captain Title Tail News at them. That's their local newspaper. Did you hear about the writing contest? Porky shook his head. I haven't heard of any contest, he said. What contest? Said Petunia. This one, said Bugs. The subject is my camping trip. Whoever writes the best true camping story wins a backpack. Yes, wins a backpack. Winning story will be printed in the local newspaper. But we have to go camping first, said Petunia, and we need to buy all sorts of equipment for camping because we don't have any. Bugs grew even more excited. I got an idea. Let's rough it. Rough it? Let's go camping in the wilderness like the pioneers. We'll do things the pioneers did: paddle a canoe, cook over an open fire, sing under the stars. I'll write a great story. Bugs Bunny, Pioneer. I'm sure to win, he said smugly. Porky whispered Petunia, let's go with him. We could enter the contest too. Petunia nodded in agreement. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe our story will get to the newspaper also. Then, just then, Elmer Fudd drove up. Hi, folks. How do you like my new van? I've got a sink, a table, beds. I'm going camping, and I want to be very, very comfortable. Petunia peeked inside the van. It even has a TV, she said. How about coming along? Elmer suggested. It'll be a lot of fun. Wonderful, Pookie had said to Petunia. Hold the duck, Buck said, blocking the doorway. I can't win the contest this way. Did the famous pioneers, Lewis and Clark, ride in a fancy van like this? No, said them. No way. They paddled up the creek in a canoe. Paddle, paddle up the creek in a canoe. Reluctantly, Petunia said, thanks anyway, Elmer. We're going to rough it with bugs in the wilderness. Elmer was disappointed. What did that rascally rabbit talk them into? So long, Doc, said Bugs before Petunia could reply. See you on the trails. It took a couple of days for Porky and Petunia to get everything ready for the trip. Bugs made a list of things to take and things to leave behind. He was too busy planning things to do any work. Finally, Bugs and Porky and Petunia set off in their canoe. Bugs was too busy being a pioneer to paddle, but not too busy to give orders to Petunia and Porky. Stroke, stroke, he commanded. You'll have to go faster if we're going to find a campsite before dark. It's hot, Porky complained, whimpering and wiping his forehead. My shoulders hurt, Petunia said. They hurt really, really bad. Soon they came to a stretch of shallow, rocky rapids. Everybody out, said Bugs. It's too hard to paddle here. Carry the canoe across the other side of the rapids. Oh dear, This canoe is very heavy, Porky cried. On the other side of the rapids, they got back into the canoe, and after more paddling, they came to a sandy clearing on the shore. This is a perfect place for a camp. This is a perfect place for us to camp. Beach the boat, Bug said. Petunia and Porky dragged the boat into the beach onto the shore. Time to tin up, Bug's order. Wow, said Porky after he and Petunia had put the tent up. I'm tired. How did the pioneers survive all that hard work? They were tough like us, Bugs explained. They were tough like us. Now, like pioneers, we'll have to hunt for food, said Bugs. I bought some carrots, and I'll see if some wild onion, and I bought some wild onions back in the field. Why don't you two pick them? Then we can have carrots and onion soup. Bugs leaned against a tree, whittling a stick, while Porky and Petunia picked the onions, made a fire, chopped the carrots, cooked the soup. How I love the rugged life, Bugs sighed happily. The soup was delicious. Bugs, of course, took the biggest share. He patted his stomach. That was yummy. After you two clear up and clean up the area, let's sit by the fire and relax. I'll play my guitar and we'll sing under the stars. While Bugs sang cowboy songs, Petunia and Porky dozed. They were too tired to keep their eyes open. One by one, the stars disappeared. Then suddenly, lightning zigzagged across the dark sky. Thunder rumbled fiercely. A storm is coming. Get inside the tent, shouted Bugs, leading the way. The three campers reached inside the tent. The wind blew so hard that the tree branches touched the ground. The earth fairly shook. Rain came down in torrents. A mighty gust of wind tore through the tent, and then the tent collapsed. Save the canoe, yelled Bugs, as he disappeared into a warm, dry rabbit hole. Save the canoe. The gigantic waves were starting to pull the canoe into the river, but Porky and Petunia caught it just in time. They huddled all night beneath the overturned canoe to stay dry. The next morning, the sun was shining. Bugs hopped out of his hole. After spending a cozy night, stretched out his ears and looked around. Being a pioneer is so much fun, he said. What are you two whispering about? You, said Petunia. You slept nice and warm, but we're cold and tired because we were under the wet canoe. The canoe has a big hole in it, and we have to hike home, Petunia says. Well, pack the tent and start hiking, Bugs ordered. You've been bossing us for too long, decided Petunia. From now on, we'll give the orders, and you're going to carry the tent. As they started down the road, Bugs groaned. Hey, Doc, this tent is awful heavy. Porky and Petunia smiled at each other. They hiked for hours, and Bugs never stopped complaining. Oh, my aching feet, he moaned. How much further do we have to go? Oh, only about 10 more miles, replied Porky, cheerfully as he and Petunia led the way. Only 10 more miles to go. Just then, Elmer drove up in his van. Boy, are we glad to see you, said Petunia. Hi, said Elmer. Did you get caught in that rain? I kept dry in my van. We sure did get caught in that rain, Porky answered, and we're tired of walking. Can we ride home with you? You bet. Elmer opened the door and Porky and Petunia hopped in. Come in, Bugs, Elmer called. Before Bugs could answer, Porky asked, would Lewis and Clark ride in a van if they were only 10 miles from home? Bugs gulped as Porky quickly shut the van door. Thanks. Anyway, Doc, he said to Elmer, I'm going to walk. So Bugs walked and walked and walked and walked and crawled. And when he was too tired to walk, he crawled the last half mile. It's not all that bad, Bugs, old boy, he told himself. You'll see the countryside soon. You'll see the country up close, like a real pioneer. And I'll make one humdinger of a story for the contest. Bugs in the wilderness, crawling and walking by himself home. And that is your story, Bugs Bunny, Pioneer. Hope you enjoyed the story.